Hi everybody. Here's part 2 today. I'm working on mostly the interior. The body part is straightened out where I needed to. There's some little nips and tucks here and there, mostly on the hood that comes off. And so I can get this to where I can mount the body to the frame, so I got to have the interior done. Right now I'm painting, just there's some stuff left over from the CA glue that I used on the mold. It's funny because it's set for days. It came off, and the mold looks fine. A little bit of white paint and all that, so I'm doing that so you don't see like paint chips painted over. And what I did is I done that several times, and then I sanded it between each one, and then finally did a last one on it, or somewhat of a last one, because I didn't use any hardener, because I found my hardener was bad. So your fingernail, before it's dry, we can just rip it right off. The hardener, it might be a little sticky, but fingernail or anything won't touch it. I really like the stuff, but I had a bad bottle. It's several years old, and I didn't realize it'd go bad like that. But I had nothing but trouble with painting, period. Even Craytex's own stuff was gumming up the airbrush. Anyway, I'm making the floor, and I'm making it because I seen the car in England at that hill climb they have. The guy has one there just like the one in the United States, only his floor is blue and doesn't have aluminum. And the instrument panel looks like it's aluminum, but it's only like a bar across. And right above that is a copper fuel tank, and there's a sight glass in it, so you can see how much fuel is in it. So the guy can pump the hand pump with his hand, pump up the tank in the back, pump all that fuel to the front to fill it up. And you'll see him doing that when he's driving it. And it does have an air pump, a hand air pump, and that's what the co-driver was doing, was that, and getting the hair burned off his arms from the exhaust. Anyway, I'm making the floor. I need to put this in, and I'd like to have made it and just shoved the whole thing in there, but the molds relaxed a little bit going down, so they widened out more than they're supposed to, and it's no big deal. I'll just add this in here, they'll pull it in, and I got to add another stiffener. Now there's the floor. The part going up is where the brakes and gas or whatever you want to call it in there. Now this I'm testing for the oil tank, and that little oval thing is where the sight glass goes. I see these a lot on boilers and other tanks. You don't see them on modern cars anymore, but hey, it's hyper accurate. And only time you need it is if you're driving it at night. You need a flashlight or something so you can see. But I don't think they drove it at night. I did make that hole bigger after you'll see I paint it here copper, but I'm cutting, making the tank. It's that shape. I don't know how big it is, so I could have made it too long. I don't know. I've never seen the width of it. Or the length of it. Only seen the width. Now, this mark here is only to where I think the oil tank will set, judging by photos from the that guy in England's car, which I thought was way more period, because aluminum was very, I'll probably say it wrong, non-homogeneous or whatever. Other words, it crumbled under pressure, and it took a while for metallurgy to catch up on what to put in it, like copper and other things. And in fact, I can tell you the one who got it, well, the Wright brothers actually nailed it pretty good on their Wright engine, because of the block on Wright Flyer was aluminum. And they even did metallurgical tests to see exactly how they figured it out. And it was decent aluminum that they made for it. Pretty weird from the guys who just made bicycles. The one who really pioneered for aircraft is Hugo Junkers. Junkers aircraft, Stuka. You might know it as Junkers, because that's what it looks like to us. So he's the one that did it with all aluminum aircraft in World War One. The D1 and the J1. So, or D1 and, yeah, J1, trench trafer. Anyway, he got it pretty good. Yeah, they were corrugated. It wasn't flat. Only time they used aluminum is where it wasn't bearing any load, like on the floor and that. Yeah, it might, with the torsion of the engine, and that it could. Where I have no idea, but all I know is his was either wood or sheet metal, and I couldn't tell, and I don't see why Benz would have trouble with wood, since the first one had wood spokes or wood wheels. So I don't know. So I don't know what to do with that. Make a comment on that, what you think it would be. No, I am definitely going with a painted floor. I'm not sure if it should be sheet metal or what. Not that it matters, but I've got to have some floor scratches in there. Right now I'm cutting the top. I forgot to hit the camera button to get it going. And I didn't. So there's the tank with the top on it. And I really wanted to show you guys, but I didn't feel like making it twice. So sorry. I'm going to mess with that because it didn't curl enough. And so I'm curling it down. And I used some clamps, pink clamps my wife gave me. I have like a buttload of them. You see me use them before. I just keep burnishing it over. And the problem is I keep hitting the leaf spring. Not that that's a problem, but I'm just saying I keep hitting the leaf spring on the edges. And then I clamp them down and put some liquid glue on there. That block of wood, the 2 blocks of wood and a piece of plastic, 2 pieces of plastic, I got it pinned to the axle, or over the axle with the needles. And I'll just cut the plastic, and then the 2 pieces will pull off, because I can't pull the needles out. I'll have to do that after I get it cut. And I didn't want it to break off these things that I kept breaking one off on, so I got sick of it, and all right, I'm sick of doing it, so I did it this way. thought I added 3, but I didn't. Now, what I'm doing here is rolling the tape the wrong way. Didn't even notice until I tried to stick it in there. Like, yeah, goofball. Sticky side out. Rummy. Boy, all them years stuck in kindergarten turned me a lot. That's the first coat. And there's that one there is a coat of gloss, but it ain't. I sanded it out some. And right now I'm just hurry up and putting the painting the tank copper. And I didn't want to spray it because I was having trouble with the hardener, but I thought, well, I primed it, and I had no trouble with this thing. And I didn't care if it was a little streaked or that, because I'm going for what I seen in that car, which was a dull what do they call it? Patinaed copper. It's left out in the open, and it probably didn't like polishing it much. I don't know. He didn't. So let that dry. Ooh, Doug cleaned his brush. That's quick. Now, guess what I'm doing again? That's right. You can see that where I sanded the inside on the car body. Yeah. I'm re-hitting it again. The tape there's just holding the cowling on. Or the, I'm going to call it cowling. You can tell me what it's called. So, I know what my dad called it cowling, and that wouldn't be it, but I'm so much into aircraft and other things that anything over the motor is a cowling. That way, if you can see it from the front, you got it there. Alright. Now, I'm making here, I noticed on the photos, on both of them actually, that there's a stiffener of some sort. And I still got to put the bolts on the outside. And I know it's wet. You can see it's wet. I'm kind of cutting it so it fits. Yeah, I thought I was being smooth about this. I went, nah, use the compass. You can get it more even. I did use the compass. Not that I hit it even or anything, but at least I said I did it. My bane, a thing with holes in it that goes the whole length. Now I used instead of using my Dremel, I used a little twist drill. I thought it'd be better. I still used them, but I really didn't know if that was smart of me or not. Because what happens is I think it had it straight and then it'd go off the side. Just kind of like wander off. Yeah, the things will screw right into the plastic until you get it down the bottom or to the top of the bit, and then they'll actually cut it out. So I might be pressing too hard, huh? I went with pointed, yeah, cleaned them out a little, made them a little bit bigger. Is one side, it's actually hollow, this thing is, for lightness. Then I could have made it hollow, but I was like, I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but I didn't know if it was really necessary. I had a little friend walk across the top of the model there, I seen. I've been having trouble with gnats this year, and I don't know, I went through a whole bunch of flying insect spray in the house. Now, I did paint them. Now what I'm doing here is I am trying to make it look more aged. I only did it on the front and the back. I didn't touch the bottom because you ain't gonna be able to see it. The back, I thought you might be able to see it, but then I noticed looks like an oil tank that's in front of it next to the engine, so that might end up either that, it's one weird shaped tank. So I don't know. I'm adding gold, bronze. I had some aluminum already did it on it for the copper, for the solder, and then I'm hitting the different ones. I'm just kind of lining it, and then I let it set a little bit, and I'll streak it down. And you just do it until you think, hey, that looks good. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you don't like the effect, don't do it to your model. You don't have to do it. It's a little bit of the silver. Aluminum, not silver. And I did the same thing on the back end. I don't know if I show that or not, but the next video will have me putting in the sight glass and the cover on the tank, the face of the tank. And I got to make the steering column, and I got to make the instrument panel with all the instruments, and the floor, the pedals and that. So I got to do all that, and then once I get that and some sort of a fake looking transmission to where you can look in the back and see it, yeah, I have no idea. I guess everyone they had never had a transmission, was not present. So I don't know if it's patterned off the one in the German museum at for Mercedes. They're all owned by this Volkswagen, and I don't know, but they made their. They said 4-speed. I think they mean reverse is in one of them, because it does have reverse. It didn't say forward gears or anything, you know. Didn't say what they were. Thank you guys, and I hope you liked it. Comment if you wish, or even complain, that would be fine. Bye.